Namaste. This is David Hawthorne at astroview.com. Today is the 29th of September 2018. The following is the Vedic astrology reading for the time of the earthquake on September 28th, 2018 at 3 p.m. in Palu, Indonesia. And of course, our hearts and prayers are with those who have suffered and are suffering. So a 7.5 magnitude earthquake hit Jakarta, Indonesia on the 28th of September. So this is the horoscope for the exact time of the earthquake. Now this gives the Capricorn rising sign, the 10th sign of the zodiac, was ascending or rising at 25 degrees 35 minutes. Now when we overlay the system's approach to Vedic astrology paradigm, then we know that there are 5 planets that are favorable for Capricorn. These include Moon, ruling the 7th house of relationships, Mars ruling the 4th house of home life, Mercury ruling the 9th house of good fortune, Venus ruling the 10th house of career, and Saturn ruling the chart and ruling the house of wealth, status, and continuation of family life. There are 4 planets that can cause adverse effects for Capricorn. These are Rahu and Ketu, which are mathematical ecliptic points in the zodiac. They cause the eclipse of the sun and the moon every year since the beginning of time. So if they can bring darkness to the royal luminary sun and moon, they can bring darkness into our lives. So everybody has to learn how to manage them. I recommend Bhuta Yagya and Deva Yagya, charities and chants. So for Ketu, the charities include donating to animal shelters for stray dogs on Thursdays, helping holy man, holy woman, or spiritual organization on Thursdays, and Ganesh Puja on Thursday. For Rahu, we can feed the birds in the morning. We can also donate to charities for afflicted persons on Mondays, and we can listen to Shiva Puja on Mondays. Now for the Capricorn rising sign, we say that Sun can cause adverse effects because it rules the 8th house, Adustan Bhava, inauspicious house. Sun becomes the most malefic planet for Capricorn. And we say that the 12th house ruler, Jupiter, is also a functional malefic planet because the 12th house is also a Adustan Bhava, inauspicious house. So all Capricorn rising sign persons need to pacify Sun and Jupiter with Bhuta Yagya and Deva Yagya. Now let's see how these planets are operating in the chart and the timing of events. We don't need to go 3 levels deep in dashas, 4 levels, and 5 levels deep, and use 3 or 4 different dasha systems. Those astrologers using those techniques are basically on a ring road in Delhi. They are traveling in circles, never arriving anywhere. We want to arrive somewhere. So we only use Mahadasha, main period of time, and the Antradasha, the sub-period of time. And then we overlay the transits in a person's chart. In this case, this is the transit chart. Venus is a favorable planet for Capricorn. It is well placed, and yes, it's a Panch Mahapurush Yoga. It's in its own sign, own Multrikona sign of Libra. Normally, that's a very good situation. But there is some flaw here, and that is that Jupiter, ruling the 12th house as a functional malefic planet, is close to the rising sign degree. This is not an arbitrary number. 0 to 30 is possible in every house, This number changes every 4 minutes of the day. It's very specific to the individual or to the horoscope itself. Any planet close to the rising sign degree will have an impact in the house it occupies and in the houses it aspects, if it's within a 5-degree orb of this number. So this is called most effective point of every house. So the most effective point for this particular chart would start at 20 degrees and go up to 30 degrees. And the closer to this number, the more powerful it becomes. So notice that Jupiter, the functional malefic planet, is within 2 degrees of the most effective point. So it causes an affliction in the house it occupies, and this is the 10th house of action, career, karma, professional life. And it throws an aspect 5, 7, and 9 houses away. So first off, it afflicts this house, therefore it undermines Venus ruling this house. Its 5th aspect undermines the 2nd house of wealth, status, and continuation of family life. And Jupiter rules losses and expenses and separations. So it causes discontinuation of family life. And it undermines the strength of Saturn ruling this house. Additionally, Saturn ruling wealth, status, and continuation of family life was already placed in the 12th house of losses, separation, and expenses. So Saturn becomes utterly weak in this chart. Jupiter's 7th aspect is into the 4th house, which is property and domestic peace and family life, home life. So this weakens the 4th house, and this is the Multricone sign for Mars, so it weakens Mars further. And Jupiter's 9th aspect is into the 6th house, which is accidents and health issues and mental tension and financial issues. So Jupiter's causing quite a bit of damage in this chart. Rahu's the sub-period ruler, and Rahu at 9 degrees throws an aspect 5, 7, and 9 houses away. It's not on the rising sign degree, so it does not afflict this house or this house or this house or even the 1st house. But its 7th aspect is on Mars. It's within 1 degree of Mars, ruling the 4th house of property. So Mars becomes weak because its house is afflicted by Jupiter, and it is afflicted by Rahu, and it is afflicted by Ketu. So this is basically a Papakatra Yoga in the scissors. Now, this has been going on for some time. What happened is back in May, Mars came into Capricorn, and it went and transited. So it came in here at 0 degrees, let's say, and it got up here and went 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Went right over K2. Tried to get away from K2, but couldn't. It went retrograde back over K2. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And then it turned around and came back for the 3rd time. This is the 3rd and final time. And it went 7, 8, 9. It's at 10 today, yesterday. It'll go 11, 12, 13. I've been saying in my column that this would be very difficult through September 30th, which is tomorrow. And then it'll start to separate, and then by October 6th, this will be over with. But this has been one of these long-lived, unhappy events. So basically, June, July, August, and September, 4 months, where Mars and K2 were conjunct. By the way, this same conjunction took place on 9/11, September the 11th, 2001, when the World Trade Centers were bombed or destroyed. And Rahu is the operating planet, the current operating planet, the hands on the clock. One other affliction to be aware of is that K2 throws an aspect 5, 7, and 9 houses away. And K2 at 9 degrees is not bothering Mercury. It's outside the 5-degree orb. It's not bothering this house or this house or this house. But at 9 degrees, it's afflicting Sun at about 11 degrees. It's within a 2-degree orb of Sun. And Sun rules his 8th house, which is accidents and death-like experiences. Eighth house is called Randra, transformations, vulnerability, setbacks, obstructions, delays, disappointments, accidents, and death-like experiences. So we can see that it is possible to analyze the moment of any significant event in life. So our prayers are with the families in Indonesia. Namah Shivaya.